Welcome to Surviving the Aftermath by Epic Games. We'll play through and see what it's all about. We'll go no for the tutorial notes, and this is our difficulty settings here. We'll just bash number 1 on each of those just to get through it on an easy setting, and we'll go with that banner they're offering us. Colony name they're giving is Grimdiff, and the motto survive and thrive. So let's play on these easy settings, surviving the aftermath. Here we go, we've landed, and this is our camp that we're starting with. The houses above people's heads means they're homeless, so we need to build some houses for them. And we'll check out these 3 buildings. This is the bunker. It's got all our materials in it, some clothes, medical supplies, food. That's potatoes and some beef jerky and 7 tools. This is our food storage, and it's got nothing in it at the moment, but you can set out a work area, kind of like in Dawn of Man, and collect berries. So there's some berries up here. We'll get collecting that straight away. And look, someone's hopped to it. And this is our stockpile for building materials. And again, we can set out the work zone. So we'll move the work area, and we're looking for concrete and wood, and there's some piles there. We'll just go and have a look at them. We've got 2 piles of planks with 16 in each, and there's around here somewhere, there we go, there's a small concrete ruin with 24 concrete in it, and look at everyone going there to gather the materials. So that's a good start. Here's our well. That's going to give us a bit of water, and we can see up here it's giving 15 production of water. We're only consuming 12, so we've got a balance of 3, so we're in the positive with 3. Let's build some houses. Here's our shelters that we've got the option of. Here's a tent that will store 2 people at a time, and emergency shelter that will give 6 people a home, so it's a bit bigger. We can just put down a couple of these and that will house everyone for now. So we'll put one down there with a little gap in between, and we'll put one down here. And actually, if you look at the front of the building, you'll see that there are some arrows, and that's where that kind of allows room for a path to go in front. So we'll have a look at paths in a minute and lay some down. In fact, let's do that now, just so we can start the efficiency. There's a dirt road that you can construct to improve efficiency. It's pretty standard for games like this. Village builders, certainly a post-apocalyptic village that we're building, and we've put some initial roads down, and we can put a path down out to the frontier. And if we have a look around, we use press down the middle mouse scroller, and this is our view. This is our front gate, and if you have a look up here, that's pretty cool. That's a tunnel going out through a mountain or something, and that makes it pretty defensible. God knows how far you'd have to come through to find us. And then there's our front gate that you'd have to get through after that, and our initial colony. And we're laying down the housing, bringing the building materials over, and starting to house our post-apocalyptic world. Here we go, laid down all the materials there, some planks, some plastic, and some concrete. Now the planks and the concrete we can collect, but we're not collecting the plastic yet. That comes from a recycler. And look, we've built our first emergency shelter here. So 6 occupants here, and it doesn't tell you anything else about it apart from the health here at 100%. So I think maybe if there are any catastrophes, that may affect the health of buildings. And the other shelters built as well. And we've just zoomed out. This is the wider world. This is what we can see, one sort of square around us, but it actually does extend further, all the way to the edge of the map down here. Wow, so that's a big map. Huge area to explore, so that's going to be a significant part of the game. This is our camp. Bit of a odd name, Grimdiff. Don't know what's going on there. And there's a local farm that we can travel to first, and they've got some jerky there, so we'll see what's going on there when we get some people to explore. And the people to explore are specialists down here, so we'll click on that button. We don't have any at the moment, so we need some people to move into town and be specialists, so we can send them out to explore. And once they do, that's just the help tab, but once they do start exploring, this is the tech tree. So this is where we would spend science points on improving our technology in food production, colony security, and exploration. And there's bartering there, that's interesting. Disaster forecast, be good to know. Communal eating for food, and you earn your science points on the world map, so we'll come back to that when we have a specialist. And you get your specialists once you've got your gate built, you can start attracting people into the camp. But for now, we've got our shelter, and we're going to build some food construction buildings. Here we go. There's a trapper that can trap small game animals in the forest to provide venison. So we'll put them right in the middle of this forest over here and get building that straight away. And I'll just check on our food reserves. So we've got 3 out of 12 berries left in that part, but we've got another couple of bushes nearby and one up there. So that's good. And yeah, plenty of resources left. We're getting the planks in and the concrete from the ruin. And I'm liking our colony so far. We've got some good paths. Oh, look and check out. There's a large concrete ruin up there, which is 75 concrete. And then what's that? Small concrete ruin. And these piles over here. There's a plastic pile, and there's a metal pile. So we can harvest the plastic and metal rubbish, put it through some processing centres that we'll build soon, and then that will give us the plastic up here for building, and the metal there for building. We'll also from our plastic heaps, we're going to get some fibre for clothes, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting some parts from the metal as well, but the images don't quite match up, so stay with me to see that one, and we'll explore it and test it together. But for now, we're going to place down another food production building, and we'll go for a fishing hut. And just before we do that, we'll just see where the best place is. Looks like the nearest lake is over there. Yeah. Okay, great area for putting down a fishing hut. And actually, if you put it in between 2 lakes, it means you get probably like somewhere near double production, or double the area to fish in anyway. Because if you can see there, it can fish either side. So I'll just see if it's possible to lay it down around here. It's at a funny angle. Want it on the right side. Looks like the angle's a bit off. We'll find a way of putting it down. Over here maybe. It'll go all green when it's in a place where it likes, like there, but it doesn't look like we can put it in between the 2 lakes. So we'll just put it there, which is closer to town anyway. And that's going to be our fish supply, which will be important for our colony. Now both the fish and the fisherman and the trapper, they'll just supply small quantities of food, but it'll be fairly constant supply of food. And actually when we look up here at our water, we've got 15 production, 12 consumption, so we're producing 3 more water than we need, but that'll soon change, and so we'll build more capacity into our water supply. Another well, but you can't build it right next to the existing well. We'll build it over here. Put it over here next to our shelter, our large shelter that's protecting our people already. And looks like there's someone in there getting some Zeds. Some Zeds coming out there, and some over here. So people sleeping and resting, and other people just idling by. And it's interesting actually, you click on a person, and the things to note are they've got basic tools and clothing, but the durability is already at below 100%, which is where it starts. 96% there and 93% there. As that durability goes down to 0, they will lose that and need to go back to the stockpile for more. So we'll need to make some more tools and clothes. This person is a renowned officer who is now waging war against chaos itself, shifting between nobility and insanity. They can be quite funny sometimes, those descriptions. This person feels most alive in dangerous and deadly situations. Happiness is +30 during catastrophes. Good person to have with you in an apocalypse. Pretty clumsy, walking speed -25%, and has learned how to work in a post-apocalyptic world efficiently, so they're good to have on board. And we'll explore the other people in due course. Let's lay down another production building for food. Here we go. There's a small field, and grows food slowly but in large quantities. You can't place it down on this sort of grey area around town, so we'll just put it. There we go. We can squeeze it there and just in front of the shelter over there. So that's going to be a really important food production building. We'll just check. Yep, this food storage area has run out of berries to collect. And actually, if you spot the issue here within the early access game, you can't scroll while you've got your work area. And when you click on your work area, it centres the map straight on your work area. So if there's something off screen, you have to place your work area down near it and then reselect move work area and then move it over again. So kind of like we've done there. We'll just put the work area over there. And we're doing well with our... oh, nearly out of planks. We'll need to move that one before long. But there's some planks and concrete over here, and we'll just wait until we've depleted those planks. So we've got 34 in stock with planks up here. We've got plenty of concrete, bit of plastic left and some metal, but we're getting quite low on plastic. So we've built our new field. We just need to select the crop we're gonna grow. So we'll go for corn. That'll do. And we'll see how that goes. So that's ready for planting, and we'll come back to that and see how it's growing. And we've built our well. So everything going very nicely, and nearly built our fishing hut over here. They've started construction, and the construction bar is building, and we'll have our fish production before long. So we're looking good. Got a feedback button up here in the form of a bug, so they fully expect there to be issues with the game, and asking for us to rate the game so far, prompting you with having already filled in 3 stars. Okay, interesting sort of psychological aspect there, and there's a place where once you go in your feedback you can give feedback on bugs and so on, so we can explore that maybe if we come across any. Well, we kind of did with laying down the work area, and if we have a look here, we'll build that main gate soon enough and see if anyone comes through looking to colonise in our camp, looking for shelter, or maybe even looking to raid us. Don't really want to be welcoming the raiders. Finished our fishing hut over here, and collecting the last of the planks over there so we can move our work area. And the fishing hut, there we go, we've got someone already assigned to work over there. We can assign another worker if we want, but we'll just keep it to 1 worker that they've automatically put in. And same over here, we've got 1 worker already in there, and 1 worker on this field. Oh, looks like the same as someone else. Yeah, he looks the same as the fishing guy. So what's the I for information? Samuel is working over there, and Theo with the same sort of picture is working over there. Interesting. Now, the next buildings we need to lay down. We've done all the food production. We've even got some paths laid down, and we've got some shelter, but we need to start bringing in more materials, and this is our resources tab that looks like a box, and we need a recycler as the next building. So let's bring you in. That well's annoyingly in the way, but then there's a path in the way as well. Build our recycler out here, and actually now we've got our paths laid down. You can see the arrows to the left of that building. If we press R for rotate and bring it round, we can just put it directly on the path, and that saves a little bit of space. Not that we particularly need it. And let's start building our recycler. Now let's extend the path as well, the dirt road, because I wonder if there's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap in between there. Extend the path out backwards so we can build stuff on there, and can put a path through over here as well, and maybe even round, just in case we need it. And we can build on the other side, and even have roads developing upwards and around as we need them. So pretty happy with the construction so far. Once we've got some of our basic supplies and buildings up, we'll certainly go for that main gate, and hope to explore the world map as well. So let's check out what we've got for our recycler. Yeah, we've got all the materials laid down that we need, and we're going ahead with construction. That's nearly built, and the next building we'll need after that will be the scrapper. Scrapper's going to bring in metal, but firstly the recycler has been completed, and we need to move their work zone onto some plastic, so they can go and collect that plastic straight away. Let's place down our scrapper, and those are some initial quite important buildings. We'll rotate you around so you're on the pathway, and there we go, building our scrapper. And okay, so an icon has appeared above our village. Let's click on it and see what they're saying. Rabbit season. 3 colonists explain they've been working on a new kind of trap for hunting rabbits, and the group wants to set them outside the camp. The contraptions look functional, but letting the group venture far away from the colony is not without risk. So we've got some colonists who want to go out and try a new trap for hunting animals. Let's give them permission to go. The other option is it's not worth the risk. We'll just do it and see what happens. Having been gone a while, the group returns carrying 2 or 3 rabbits on their shoulders. It seems that the traps work very well as long as there's enough rabbits running around. Oh, brilliant, we've got 11 extra food. And that's a fantastic boost to the start of our game. So looks like we're going to be hit with some scenarios as we go through, and we can make some decisions and see what the results are. I'd imagine there's going to be some pretty positive and pretty negative results coming out of that, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of storylines and consequences happen. But so far we got lucky with that one, I think. Looking good, and our path structure's looking great, and also the buildings we're getting through and building are getting there very quickly. We've got a fast construction sort of speed going on, and before long we'll have our scrapper, so that's good. And we'll need extra capacity, housing capacity for people if they want to come into our village, in our post-apocalyptic village. Should we see if we can face 2 shelters opposite each other? There we go, that'll be cool. And looks like we've got a bit of a space in between them for another path, so we can just build this path up here. See how that goes. Not sure what the value of paths are. Kind of makes it look good. Probably pretty sure that people move a lot faster on paths, but we'll see. And what have we got here? Waiting for resources. Okay, so we'll be delivering resources there. They're waiting for 10 plastic, 5 planks, 5 concrete. We've got everything except for the plastic, but we'll bring in the plastic soon, because we've got our recycler starting to work. Status is working normally, so let's speed up the game slightly at this stage. And here we go, our scrapper's about to be built. There it is. And let's move the work area over to some metal. And again, nothing within sort of vision, and so to scroll out it lays down your work area, and then you have to reselect the work area to then move it into the actual position. So some feedback there for the early access guys to let you scroll while you're moving down an area, or at least let you have a better vision, so it doesn't like center your vision somewhere else when you want to move your work area. But looking good. So we've got our materials coming in, everything delivered there apart from the 1 plastic that we're waiting for from our recycler. And if we have a look at the recycling centre, they basically bring in plastic rubbish, which is this, over to the recycling centre, and then that starts to process within the recycling centre and produce it into plastic for construction. And then what's this one called? It's fibre. You can use that for clothing and things. So that's looking good. We've got our scrapper working, and they're processing into metal already. And we've got our recycler working now, processing into plastics. That's fantastic. Now, what we've all been waiting for, I'm going to lay down the front gate and open ourselves up to the world. So that's in the exploration tab. Requires quite a lot of building materials, so we'll just lay down our work areas from our stockpile, make sure we've got enough going on. Move it over to down here was some planks and some concrete, so we'll just move that work area again down here. There we go, planks and concrete, and that'll do us for a little while. And our villagers are very busy working away in our post-apocalyptic land. And what's our field doing? So we've got a yield of 7 already if we harvest now, so we can choose to harvest now, or we can let it grow and just harvest it when it's fully grown. I'd imagine that's for use when there's like impending global disasters coming our way, which will happen, I believe. We're 36% of the way growing that corn, and we're already on an 8% yield, so we might an 8 yield. So we might end up with something like 20 units of corn, which sounds good to me. And if we have a look at our food reserves, we've got 2 fish, 14 meat, and 11 berries, and big supply of berries and meat. And remember, we got lucky with that, trapping all those rabbits. We let our people go out. And just looking at the work area, they've gathered all the berries from there. So we'll move over there and getting a bit further away from camp, but we're maintaining our work areas. And when we work out of stuff to gather, we're then reassigning the work area. And I didn't see any notification come up, but I'm sure it did when the work area was completed. So we'll just keep a closer eye out for that. And here we go, here's our main gate, just about to be built. So we've got 14 out of the 20 planks we need. We've got all the concrete, metal and plastic we need, so it's just planks coming in. And the planks we're collecting over here. We've certainly got more than 5 in that pile, so we'll be collecting them before long and building our main gate, which will be very exciting because that will, well, that'll open us up to all sorts of things. So if we read the gate description, the second paragraph down here, the first gate is a landmark visible from far away. It will attract both the good-willed survivors and those who take what they want to survive. So it's going to be pretty visible from far away, and it's going to attract the good, the bad and the ugly. Wish us luck when that's built. We'll see what happens. We don't really want to be attracting the raiders. Hopefully they'll give us a while till any raiders come in, and just want the good people to build our colony and give us a better chance of survival and hope for the future. And look down here, there's a pile of nuclear waste, 48 out of 48 items of nuclear waste. It'll be good to clear all that waste and create a bit of a healthier environment for our people. But in the meantime, we're waiting for our front gate to be built, and that is imminent, I'd imagine. We'll speed up time, go even faster, and it's being built. You can see it actually being constructed before our eyes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's gradually building up. There it is. Okay, fantastic. There's our gate. It's at 100% health. Oh, and capacity is 0%. Looks like you might be able to put people in the gate for defense. That's interesting. And we got some survivors. Or, well, I hope they're survivors, not raiders. Let's click on them. See what we've got. 2 adults, no children. Oh, and look, they've come with 11 fish, 3 tools and 3 clothes. This sounds interesting. Oh, and look, they've got so we've got a specialist wanting to come in called Sobek. Specialty is a scout, and even after years of academia, he managed to put his economic knowledge back into practice. More surprisingly, he hasn't been saddened by seeing his entire field of study go up in flames. Instead, he feels excited by the opportunity to start fresh, unburdened by the old system. So we've got someone who's good at exploring, and I think we're going to accept you into the camp. Come in and make yourself at home. Let's get the game back down to a normal speed, and looks like we just produced a bit of plastic there. Here's our specialist. That's it, Sobek. Welcome to the gang. Well, this is where we can go onto the main map and check out what we can do. So here we go. He's got 8 movement points. That's in that circle up there, and we can initially go and visit this farm, see what's going on, and then go to explore the wider world, which will be very exciting. See what's out there. So left click on the specialist, our scout, and then right click on where we want to send them to. And there we go, he's been in and he's come out with 15 beef jerky. Oh wow, so looking at his stats as well, 3 attack, 0 defense, 2 scavenge, 3 research. So recovering action points, interesting. And 0 movement points left, so let's go back into our colony and wait for his movement points to replenish. And we will get a notification up here. Ah, there we go, deposits depleted. Okay, so let's get, that's going to be our work zone. We'll keep a close eye on that because it's important to gather all the resources we can. We've got plenty of concrete but not a lot of planks, so let's go and collect those 2 piles of planks. And there's a pile of planks there that's nice and close, and we'll check out where there are some supplies of concrete. Interestingly, okay, that's good, there's a large concrete ruin over here with 75 concrete, that's close to camp, and there's some planks, so we can move over there shortly. It's good to know where the resources are. And we're still collecting our berries over here in this work area, and we've got 7 out of 13 left, so we're still working on that, which is good. We've got 12 plastic, 12 metal, and we've got loads of fibre. So the next thing we need to build really is going to be a tailor. We've got, although we've got quite a lot of stuff, we've got 6 clothes and we've got 7 tools. Let's have a look. So we've got a tailor and a tool shop. We'll just go with the tailor first for no particular reason. We'll rotate you round onto the path and we'll build you here. That's a good spot. And then we can build the path in and behind you, the dirt road, for no particular reason, and then build a dirt road out there, and we can lay down some more buildings there, kind of like a patchwork of buildings with the roads in between. And the next one we'll go for will be our toolmaker, and then we've still got the sawmill and the forester to put down. So the forester will grow saplings and plant them into the specified work area. Trees are an important raw material, so that the forester is going to be growing trees, and the sawmill cut down trees and turn them into planks, so we won't be dependent on work areas. So yeah, that'll be really important. Okay, interesting. So we could put those two out the back here. I think that would be a wise thing to do. Good, we'll lay them down soon then. We'll just get the tailor built, and so that we've got clothing production. Let's just click on one of our villagers, Layla, and see what the wear and tear is. So we're down to 70% durability on clothes, but 82% on the basic tools. So the clothes are wearing out before the tools, so it's wise to build the tailor first before the toolmaker. Oh, and look, how's our field doing? 81%. Okay, we'll be harvesting that field soon enough, so that'll be good boost to our food supplies. Looks like plenty of people resting in our shelters. Lots of food, so fish, meat and berries. Not a huge number of berries. Oh, and the capacity is 2% full, so that gives us an interesting indication. So there's 30 there, 2% is going to be maybe, ooh, God knows, lots. And it's just gone up to 7, so yeah, it'll give us a vague idea, but not an accurate number. 1% is maybe around 15, so 15 times 100, maybe 1,500 items. That's quite a lot. A lot of storage, and people are going up here. Oh yeah, they're collecting. Oh look, there's pollution there and pollution there, nuclear waste. Okay, looking good. Right, should we check our scouts, see if their move points have replenished? No, they haven't. Okay, let's go back in. We'll get a notification and we'll speed up time. But in the meantime, I think that's a fantastic place to leave this episode for now. When we come back, we're going to be building all the other production buildings, the toolmaker and the forester and the sawmill, and exploring the world with our scout and seeing what it's all about. Thank you for joining me, and see you very soon in the next episode.